right, so I was having a conversation with a friend of mine on Facebook about a meme that another friend of mine posted on Facebook. And I'll briefly describe the meme here in just a minute, but it got me and this other friend of mine talking about what memes really mean and how important memes actually are, as crazy as this sounds, right? So real quickly, the meme that my friend posted up, his name's Brandon. A lot of you guys know him. He's been on the podcast before. He posted up a meme from Occupy Democrats that basically said something along the lines of, you know, only people who've served in the military and served in Afghanistan for at least 2 years should be able to own an AR-15. And of course, my point was, wait, aren't these the same people that want to take guns away from vets because they're mentally unstable? You know what I mean? Pretty hypocritical, but then again, most anti-gunners are hypocrites in one way or another, right? But again, that's not really what the video is about, but it got me thinking. When you're talking about stuff like this, whether you're talking about guns, whether you're talking about politics, whatever it may be, how important have memes become in our society? And I think pretty damn important. Because memes are a really good way, and this is why we have to be careful about memes, not just the ones we choose to pay attention to, but the ones we put out there in the world. They're a really good way to drop a very short and sweet message into somebody's mind in a way that's either funny or clever or strikes a certain chord with people to get them to remember that. And it kind of stays in the back of your head, just kind of floating there. And it is the kind of thing that has become very, very influential. And probably half the stuff that's out there in memes is just completely untrue. Whether it comes from the right, the left, whether it's about guns, whether it's about politics, whether it's about food, doesn't matter. Half the stuff out there is probably just people trying to push up their own side of a certain position. Unless it's just trying to be funny, in which case it's probably not very important or powerful, but it's something we have to be careful of. I think memes are becoming a very powerful way to get people en masse to think a certain way. You don't have to sit there and have a long conversation with anybody anymore, or they don't have to watch a news program or read a paper or, you know, hop onto Google and even read an article. All they got to do is look at a little funny picture with one sentence, and it sticks in their head, and it's something they remember. And if you're talking about people who maybe don't particularly fall on one side or the other of a particular issue, let's talk about the vast majority of people in this country who aren't anti-gun, but they're not pro-gun. They just never really thought much about it. Little memes like these can affect, you know, their overall opinion. It can affect the sway that politicians have on them when talking about some of these issues. I think memes are actually very important. Right now, we're dealing with it when it comes to gun rights because of what happened in Las Vegas. But, you know, tomorrow it could be something else altogether. Back during the election, how many memes did we see popping out just saying all kinds of things? This candidate said this candidate did this candidate did that, you know, and half of it was just blatantly untrue. Regardless of who the candidate was, it was the other side dropping little nuggets into people's heads. I mean, how many people said that Donald Trump was a homophobe all throughout the entire election, that he hated the trans community and the gay community and all this, and he's the most pro-gay president we've ever had. He had the rainbow flag up at one of his rallies. I mean, he's consistently been pro-gay rights far longer than any Democrat has, going back to the 1980s. Yet because of memes, among many other things, there is this sense among everybody now that he is anti-gay, and this has been going on since before the election. This is what I'm talking about. This is how powerful things like this can be. It's just a short, sweet little message that drops into people's heads and really, really just stays there until such time as that particular subject comes up again and they pull it out and they spout it off as if it's fact. Is that dangerous? It can be. Can it be a powerful tool that we can use? Sure can. But it is definitely something to be careful of. Don't believe every meme that you see, and just realize that memes are becoming a very, very powerful thing in our world.